Blog Talk Radio. Good evening. Welcome and hotel. Thank you so very much for joining me this evening on this occasion. I am Omiika 7, your host for the evening, and the discussion is on we are in need of African American priestly lifestyles. I want you to know for the African American purposes that we are diminishing in our numbers and our counts of priestly men and women. And I've put a clarion call out to request that the priestly men and women who have gone through priestly training and have been initiated to come forward. Because the problem that we're currently in and that we're experiencing, it can only be resolved with the priestly men and women coming out front, showing themselves strong. And there is a clarion call and a need for the priestly men and women. If you are priestly men and women and you're out there, the work has to still be done, ladies and gentlemen. You just cannot hold your priestly office without any clientele. You must seek out your clientele and be a practitioner and list your profile on somebody's site so that they know you are available. There are many women that I'm encountering that are in the priesthood that are coming forward only when there is circumstantial evidence for them to come forward on certain situations. But we must avail ourselves to be available on a daily basis. Yes, I know a lot of us have gone into remission. A lot of us have retired. But there is a need to even just express who you are and to let someone know that you have the skills. It's very vital that you do that because what we're experiencing is that we have a situation where we have no priests that are listed anywhere that I know of that are open for the public. But we have really situations on this marriage issue. We have so many black men and women available, but nobody's putting them to work. And you see all these feminine groups that call on the Me Too movement, and the women show up head over heels. That's not for your personal problems in your culture. Your personal problems are much different than that. They involve and concern the family. So we need you to come to the rescue of your black African-American families and children. That means that you can work your magic with them. That's right. You're telling everybody else about the magic you have and how you can help them with their problems and how you can find solutions for them, but have you rendered yourself available to your African-American families and children who are currently suffering right now? Have you let them know that you're available as a practitioner to come in and do spiritual coaching with them to address the needs of their marriages for a fee, of course, and to address their children's need in these failing schools. But if we don't let people know we're available, then we become a secret society, and all secrets are out now. Everyone is showing up telling them that they have the magic stick, that they have the ability to look into individuals' caustic records and find solutions for them. Well, we are in need of solutions as African American families. We are certainly in need of some solutions, and we need some serious, serious help. Now, why not go and sign up on a profile registry where you can be heard and people can know about your skills. Now, we are looking at the fact that these priestly individuals, they are priestly healers and coaches. They can establish themselves with many different trades in the area of dealing with wellness because our community is becoming more sicker and sicker, especially the children who are now on all this psychotropic medicine. If you are truly a healer and have the ability to be a spiritual coach, then you definitely need to have some type of clients that you're practicing on. But in our Oracle Divination Network, it is an actual registry now. We are calling on all those individual practitioners to register with our site with your profile and information about what it is you do. And if some of you are seeking other trades such as massage therapists, raindrop therapy, we can point you in the direction of those individuals who offer this training so you can truly become licensed. We only want you to become licensed at something. We don't want you out here practicing in the profession and have no license to practice. That's why they have the masseuse and the massage therapist and raindrop therapist so that you can get credentialed. One of the things I do want you to know is that we are peculiar people, especially if you are a priest, a priestess in Yanafai, a Petty B, if you are Babalaw, you are uniquely made in God's image, and you are being used by God. Now, why not teach the people about the right hand of Ifa? How do you give the young children a destiny reading when they're firstborn? How do you dedicate your children back to the Most High? How do you bless a home? And what do you need to do when you go in to bless a home? How is a wedding drawn up and exemplified for an African wedding? For someone that you're sending off to make their transition, what is the appropriate way of delivering a message for those who are transitioning? All of these things need to be taught to our community. And without a priest or a priestess, a Babalaw, a Petty B, in Yanafai, how can we tell our community about the good things that the African American has left us with and how we are now using all of our traditional heritage and our customs and traditions to better our community? We let our great gifts get away from us and let other nationalities take advantage of all of our gifts, and we use none of these gifts towards our solution for resolving our major problems in the African community. Here's the time to get acquainted with those particular practitioners that are out there that have been very successful for many years in carrying out their practice as a practitioner. Now, what does a practitioner do? Most of these practitioners that I'm talking about, they have been initiated under some Babalaw or some higher level priestess. And they have been trained and they've been given the proper tools to be a spiritual coach, sometimes a spiritual healer. They're trained in all modalities to deal with the herbs, fusions, and tension, and be able to use these mechanisms for the healing process. I did not say a cure, I said for the healing process. And they are also spiritual coaches who can advise you on issues of your marriage relationship, on relationships in general. on your ability to make decisions properly and have someone to consult with. So the priestess that are out there now must come forward and must reveal their skills and levels of skill because they're badly needed. Well, in a time when most people are afraid to go and consult with their pastors and preachers and afraid to go into the hospital to allow someone to operate on them when they want just an opinion of a spiritual coach. It's very vital that we understand that all of these things are available to us. And you don't have to have Medicare or Medicaid because these people are accepting cash. And they are not on the alternative medicine list where they can actually go and get reimbursed for your insurance claim. So know that these practitioners are available and they can be found. We're now trying to put them in an area where you can locate them right in one particular place, and that is on Oracle Divination Network. It is a network. It encourages individuals to come and to have discussion. And now we're asking you if you would like to present on our show and talk about your profession as a practitioner, what it is you have been doing, whether or not you have a website, how to locate you, and what workshops you have throughout the year, webinars, seminars, and some of the things that you're doing in a community. If you would like to exercise a platform, you can do it right on our platform called Oracle Divination Network under Blog Talk Radio Station. And that is free of charge for all of those PTBs and Yalafis, priestess or priest, and Babalaws who would like a platform. All you need to do is contact me, Omiinka 7, on Oracle Divination Network Blog Talk Radio Station, and let me know you're looking for our platform where you can speak about what it is you do so you can inform more people about your skill and your craft. Now, remember, I'm talking about people who've been initiated under some Babalaw or some priestess. I'm not talking about someone who's looking to be trained and has no official training. And, there are different places we can direct you to get the training. It's a time where we all need to be priests and priestesses. We need to live a priestly and a royal priestly life because this is a time when we're all going to be examined and our skills need to be sharpened through royal priesthood training. And I said many times ago for the young people that are interested in getting in a foundational class or royal priestly training for priests and priestesses, you can come right here to Oracle Divination Network. We have over 10 years of material that we have logged on our recorder that you can download and listen to and start that royal priestly training. It is a foundational class, of course, and it is not the priestly training by the Babalaw. I repeat, it is not the priestly training by the Babalaw who initiates you. Now, some people are going to come up to you just because you know how to read cards. They're going to ask you, who initiated you? Who endorsed you? Who put their spirit in you? Because people are not going to let you handle their affairs or their physical condition or health condition, for that matter, without some prior training. And it's only natural that they should ask you that because you cannot be out here perpetrating. You must have some skill. Now, one of the things, we're going to go to our phone line and see who we have here. Caller number 917-263-0268. How can I help you?
Yes, how are you? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you, too. Thank you so much for calling in. Who I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Tina, are you doing readings today?
In this classroom, we are encouraging you to become your own priestess. And that is what we're talking about on this topic. how you can come in and download our prior shows. We have over 10 years of shows on the recorded market that you can download, and some of them are foundational classes to teach you how to become your own reader, so you can divine and you can sit down with your children and give them the right hand of Ifa and do destiny readings on your children. And I proclaim that I'm an instructor, a facilitator, an actual, facilitator to teach you how to become your own best reader. And I think that's the best way to go, because then you can start working with your families, your next of kin, and then you can sharpen your skills on your family. And you can then have the gifts, because everyone has a gift. Did you know that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone has a gift. I only do the readings during the annual year, beginning of the year type of prophecy. I don't do individual readings on people, but I do the universal readings for our nation. So I'm a teacher, facilitator, and a master teacher who wants to help get as many people trained to become their own facilitator, so you can become a priestess yourself. So we're all called to become priestess, not just individuals. And this gift that people claim they have, we all have this gift.
Okay.
So I want to encourage you, would you like to become a student where you start learning about all of these fetish things that are out there and available to you?
Okay.
Would you like to learn these things?
Yes.
Okay, Tina, tell me a little bit about yourself and what kind of life you've had in the past, and do you have any innate ability like an empath? Are you clairvoyant? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I'm empathic. I feel people's energy, and before it took me a long time to learn how to get it off me. Now I'm like very particular about who I touch, and I have to burn sage and frankincense and myrrh when I go around certain people to keep my energy pure and high.
So you have a high frequency then, I would imagine, right? A high vibration. So is your
I can feel people like
Okay. Can you hear me all right? Because I'm speaking on this phone and I might need to put my earphones on. Can you hear me all right?
You sound muffled.
Okay, hold on for a minute. Let me try to put this earphone.
Thank you.
I was saying, Tina, when you go around, you said when you go around people, sometimes you feel your energy being drained. Is that what I heard you say?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And you're saying that your frequency is being drawn from you, your virtue, by people who have low vibrations?
I guess you put it that way. I just know that certain people will drain me, and if somebody's really evil, I'll get a headache.
Okay. You are definitely, sounds like an empath.
Yeah, I haven't had that much, but certain people I can't get around. Like, it does something to me.
Well, we all have different vibrations, and some of us more higher frequencies than others. Some of us are carrying a lower frequency. They definitely need high-frequency people around them. And certainly you don't want these vampires who are drafting out your high frequency, because it will leave you drained. But there are a number of things.
You said you were going to, wait, you still sound muffled a little bit. Are you still going to, I can hear what you're saying, but I got to kind of push my ear to the phone.
Can you hear me now on this microphone? Can you hear me?
Yeah, are you on the speakerphone?
Yes. Let me see. I'm on the speakerphone here. That's fine. How's that? Is that better?
Oh, 1,000%. I hear you clear.
Okay, great. I had the speakerphone on. But anyway, what I was saying is that you said that some people drain you. There are vampires that don't have the high frequency level, and they're at the lower vibration, and they will drain the virtue right out of you. But you have to do a clearance yourself when you get done doing any kind of reading or any work that you're doing with the spirit. You have to definitely close doors. You have to cleanse yourself, because you can become very, very drained doing this kind of work. This is not the kind of work that you want to do on a regular basis. And that's why when people, I caution them, not to just step in there and start doing anybody's reading. You don't know anything about the person. You can end up carrying that burden that they have. So you have to really know about cleansing and making sure that you are getting on a level of a frequency that you keep yourself maintained. But I would definitely suggest on our website there are a number of feature shows where we talk about training for EWAs. We talk about devotees training. We talk about priesthood training. Now, we don't have a class to make you a priest, but we have foundational classes that will get you up to snuff so that when you do decide to go with a Baba Law, a Petty B, and a Petty B assists the Baba Law, then we have in Yana 5, they actually govern all of the trainees that are coming into the IFA or coming into the Kemetic training. I've been affiliated with the IFA training and a little bit about the Kemetic, Asara sect. But both of those are good organizations. They're one within the same, just different locations in Africa. But the training is intensified. It is a lifetime training. I will tell you that. It will start with ground basic training, having a handbook, knowing exactly what you're doing, because you are a practitioner. And when you take these people in, you have to be certain of what you're doing. And as a practitioner, you're a healer. So you have to understand modalities of herbology, mixing up tinctures, and how to diagnose a patient, and basically not only diagnosing them, how to make recommendations for once the reading is done. Is there ebol? What is the ebol? What do you have to include in this ebol to bring sacrifice to the actual orishas that you have been tapping into to assist you? You have to give them an ebol, and that's a sacrifice. And that you don't want to play around with. You want to give that to the Baba Law. That's why I was saying that when you have an ebol, you have to do it properly, and that's to close the door and to be able to give the sacrifice. That's why I tell new initiates, always go to your Baba Laws to let them do the actual oracle reading, and you basically learn the basic things like you might want to throw OB, the 4 cowrie shells, to get a yes or no answer. But it's very vital that you should understand you practice on your family and you work with your immediate loved ones. You don't hurl yourself out to be an oracle reader because you asked the Baba Law to step in to do that. Because there is a sacrifice that you must make, and if it's not made appropriately, you could be held accountable. Do you understand?
Yes. Now, real quick, just to elaborate on the energy vampires, is it their low thinking? Like, what is this that's making their energy so low, and why is it affecting me?
Well, you have the Kabbalah, which I would suggest you read about the Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, and it starts with the animalistic stages from the bottom of your feet, which are animalistic, and they matriculate up to the actual third eye. And as they go up the ladder, they're on the animalistic stage, and as they get higher, they become more spiritual and connected to God. So if they're not spiritually connected to God, then they're in the animalistic stage. So they still can do things as an animal would do, having no virtue, having no concern. And those people have to learn to matriculate up to a spiritual level. And they're not up to the spiritual level. They're at the animal stage, and that is why they can drain you.
Is that they're in the animalistic stage?
Yes, starting with the Kabbalah starts with the lower level of the extremities, and that is the animalistic reptilian stage. And the more they get spiritual, climbing up the ladder, the more they will become more godlike and spiritual, and their energy gets higher. But as they go from the lower level, the frequency levels are very low.
Oh, so they haven't evolved. Yeah, I can't.
They
Yeah,
haven't
why are they
evolved.
attracted? Yeah, so why
Well,
are they attracted
when
to me?
they
Because it's.
see you, when they see you and they see your high frequency level, a sick person is always going to advocate and try to advance himself on someone that is at a higher frequency because you're vibrating. So you're drawing them. They're actually skirting off of your frequency and advancing off your frequency because they are at a lower level. They haven't learned to be spiritual enough to go up the ladder of the tree of the Kabbalah, the tree of life. Read about the tree of life and get something on the Kabbalah and the tree of life, and it'll give you a lot of information on the chakras and how they're, even with the chakras, they start from the lower extremity going to the indigo right at the third eye. So that you may start reading up on to give you better insight.
Oh,
but we
thank
would
you for
definitely
explaining
love
that,
to
'cause I
have
never.
you. What is your name again?
Oh, Tina.
What is your name? Tina, we would
Tina.
love for you to come back. Tina, I would love for you to leave your name and a message and your email, and we would invite you in as one of our candidates who is a devotee that we can offer materials to free of charge and put you on the line in our groups. So definitely leave your information on our website. Go on the website and sign up for Oracle Divination Network under Blog Talk and become a member, follower, and then expressing your message that you called in and you would like to become one of the trainees to learn more about the Ifa faith and understanding how you can perfect your gifts.
Thank you.
Okay, and I look forward to hearing from you, Tina, because we definitely are on the make to try to find all of those candidates who are already initiates and those who would like to be devotees.
Yes.
Now, have you listened to our show before? Have you listened to our show before?
No, this is my first time. No, it's my first time.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear from you, and I look forward to hearing from you. We'll be back on again next Sunday, so do call in, okay?
So what's your name again?
My name is Omiinka7.
Thank you,
Omiinka7 Zanu. All right, bye-bye. Have a good
Bye.
evening. Bye-bye.
You too.